Really? Really, really? Alright, broke the silence. Broke the silence. What's up, everyone? What's up, YouTube? Dirty Dan Gaming coming back. Video number 2. Video number 2. I guess we're doing this. We're going down the rabbit hole. If my rabbit hole would include some level 5 forts, I would be very appreciative. Thank you. So today's video probably gonna be a little bit more casual. I'm probably gonna be hopping into actual game, checking out some chats. There's some really nice fighting going on, some KVKs, and a lot of our alliance mates are watching it, so might be a little bit more casual. We'll see how this goes. Be a little bit different. But today I really did want to hop on and talk about one of my points in yesterday's video of how the Garrison meta is actually, or the meta commander is actually YSS. Everyone talks about Zeno this, Zeno that. Zeno is great. I'm not taking anything away from Zenobia, but I do believe, in my honest opinion, again, this is just my opinion, you guys can feel however you want, in my honest opinion, YSS, he is the true Garrison meta, that true Garrison commander that you want. I've already kind of started to work on him a little bit for this reason. So let's just check out his skills real quick. I'm probably going to be going back and forth, or trying to at least, and trying to get my music not to die on me. Still new to this, so bear with me. I tried that little opening too. Was cold opening, I guess. One of the podcasts that I listen to, they do these nice cold openings and closings where they just kind of come in and they're chatting and then they get into it. So just something a little bit different. I wanted to try that. Might be a little more appealing. All right, I don't know what's going on with my music. I'm probably gonna have to keep going back into it. Let's check out his skills. Yisun Shin. This is the Garrison commander that you want. I think regardless of what troop type player you are, what commanders you're focusing on, you need a YSS at some point, especially getting into Season of Conquest. You want to protect the city. He has some other really cool things that I like about him over other commanders, and I'll talk about that thought process a little bit as well. So let's get into it. I want to see the skills. I'm trying to work on the ums too. I'm really trying to work on them. They were bad in the first video, so I appreciate everyone and anyone who has watched that video and listen to me say 5,000 times in 20 minutes. All right, so real quick, skills. Duke of Loyalty and Warfare, first skill. While on the map, deals direct damage to a target, damage factor 2,000. While on the map, field battles. So already it tells you that he's going to have a little bit of versatility. This is already what I like about him, as opposed to some of the other Garrison options that people are going for. While part of a garrison or of a stronghold or your own city, deals direct damage up to 3 targets in a fanship area, damage factor 1,400. Damage dealt to each target is reduced by 15% for each additional target on the map or in garrison when dealing damage. Inflicts a speed reduction on targets, reducing their march speed by 30% for 3 seconds. I never caught that part. When dealing damage, aren't you always dealing damage? So you're getting a constant, your enemy's getting a constant debuff to the march speed. I want to check that out. I've never caught on to that. But this first skill, a lot of what I like about it is the versatility. You get the 2,000 nuke, which is huge. I was playing around with some Kahars in our heroic anthem, and I did XY and YSS, and there was some nice skill damage popping out there. Second skill, Battle of Myeongyang, and I gotta go back to my music. I don't know why it's doing this. It was working fine yesterday.
Battle of Mianyang. When battling within your alliance's territory or while serving as garrison commander of a stronghold or your own city, normal attacks have a 10% chance to grant troops led by this commander 20% increased defense and 15% increased damage for 3 seconds. Oh, misread that. Awesome skill. Yes, you need to proc it, but still awesome. Anything that's defense related and damage related, like those are 2 things that I'm constantly looking for. 3 main things I'm constantly looking for: health bonuses. Actually, there's more, but health bonuses, defense bonuses, damage bonuses, damage reduction bonuses are things that you're looking for. Skill damage reduction bonuses are things that you're looking for. Anything that's going to add an element of tankiness to your marches is pivotal. I mentioned it yesterday in the video. Anything, all of the buffs that Lilith is giving us are attack and damage based. So anything you can do to add tankiness to your marches, I think is the way to go. I think that's the way that people should be going until we don't see crystal tech anymore. And even in KVK3, you're getting attack bonuses. Do you get defense bonuses too? I don't know. Someone quote me on that. But there's so many attack bonuses being given out. So you want the tankiness aspect. And extra damage is always nice. Next skill. Gyeobukseon. Troops led by this commander gain 30% increased defense. When fewer than 50% of units remaining, troops deal 20% increased damage. So more of what we're looking for, more of the defense, more of the damage. This is you just get this for free now. And then when fewer than 50% of units remaining, that's an open field skill. I'm pretty sure some I think other content creators and I've heard from other people saying that when you're putting like say you're fighting on the field and you reinforce a YSS with troops under 50%, that has something, an effect on the garrison. I don't know, and I might be getting confused with this next skill. No, I'm not. I'm not sure. I gotta look at reports. If anyone has reports, or knows, leave a comment. I'm very curious as to that. If that does have any effect. I looked in battle logs and each player is only losing troops. And I gotta do this music again. Each player is only losing troops. It doesn't tell you how much damage a player's troop within a rally are doing. It just tells you what the rally leader itself is doing. So I don't know about this. So it's more of like an open field skill to me. But again, more of what we like to see is defense and damage. Last skill before the expertise, wing formation. While this commander is leading the garrison of your own city or stronghold, all troops led by this commander gain 20% increased attack and have a 10% chance to activate a shield when attacked, which can absorb a large amount of damage. Damage factor 500 and grant troops 30% increased counterattack damage for 3 seconds. Woo. So you're getting attack bonus, woo, whatever. You're getting a shield which is, as we talked about yesterday, is the same strength that Pakal is offering. And this isn't his active skill. This is a passive skill. Granted, has the proc, I understand, but still it's the same damage factor that it's taking in. I like this. I like that a lot. And then counterattack damage bonus, that's Charles Martel. Charles Martel skill within, they're both their 4 skills are 30%. Amazing. And then Broken Moon, new skill. When troops led by this commander consists of 2 or more different unit types, they gain 20% increased attack and 20% increased defense. Again, attack, woo. I could really care less about the attack. It's nice, but the defense, again, is what you're getting. You're going to do a multi-troop garrison in flag situations or strongholds. Your city is most likely always going to have more than 2 troop types within it. So you're getting this right off the bat. So you're getting up to 60% defense. So no, 70% defense at times when this skill procs.
for all troop types. That's a lot. That is a lot. So he has multiple ways of giving you defense. He has really nice counterattack damage. He has additional damage bonuses that you're getting, which everyone should just be looking for. Anytime you can get damage percentage bonuses, take those. And on top of all of that tankiness and damage this way and damage that way, he's got an awesome nuke too. For the field, 2000. I think the next highest after that is Edward. I think I know what I'm doing wrong there. I think I know what I do. You're just getting, you're getting so much good in this little tiny expensive package. Everyone should have a YSS. So let's just go in real quick, and I'm going to go through Zenobia's really quickly. There's a lot of things that I like about her too, but I mean, we just saw a rally too, where a rally, an Attila Takeda rally just melted a city. It was like an 85 million power player melted a city with Zeno Charles. I mean, and granted, there was a little bit of reinforcements, but still, like, just when I was just about to record this video, and then I saw that, I was like, there you go. I missed the recording, but take my word for it. That's my alliance mate. Maybe I can find the guy who's burning. I want to look at Zenobia real quick, because we're already on 12 minutes. So Zenobia, she gives you lots of healing. We'll just go through this one as like kind of like a summary. I'm not going to read through each one. She gives you healing. She gives your alliance mates healing. Troops healed by this skill gained 40%. So she's giving, you know, a buff to your allies of health and herself of health. Of course, we always want more health. It's great. Second skill, Unmatched Beauty, normal attack damage reduction and normal attack damage bonus. Normal attack damage reduction, and again, this is affecting the damage, not normal attack is reduced by. This is normal attack damage reduction. So this is a direct counter to Attila's first skill, which is giving him additional attack damage bonus, which she's also getting at 15%. Third skill, she's getting more health, she's getting more attack, and she's getting damage to rallied armies increased, which I think we started to see this maybe with Wu, and we've seen this trend continue on, and even the conquering commanders have damage to garrison troops, blah blah blah. You know what I mean. Next is an additional damage factor one. This one I don't know actually, so I'm going to read this one out. While this, okay, I don't know what's wrong with the music. I'm not editing this video, by the way, so you guys got to put up with it. So her last skill, I don't think I really know too well. While this commander is leading the garrison of your own city or stronghold, the attack of troops led by this commander have a 10% chance to deal extra damage per second to the target troop for 3 seconds. This skill's damage per second 600 additional damage factor over 3 seconds is 1800. It's a little more than a Kusunoki. I think Kusunoki's is 450. And then lastly, she's getting, I think this is where she gets a little bit of a flare of Alec. She heals nearby allied troops while leading city garrison with lowest percentage. Troops healed by this skill gain 50% increased health and 30% increased damage for 2 seconds. So this is the Alex kind of portion about her. You have to see how Lilith is taking bits and pieces from previous generation commanders, and they're just putting them into these newer commanders and saying, hey, use me because I'm like 2 or 3 commanders in one. Of course they're going to be better. So this is her Alex flare. That's the additional damage. With that, plus the damage that YSS puts out, which I think his is, so she has 30 and YSS has 15. and 20. I'm blanking. 65% damage. If you get lucky and that 65 percent damage bonus procs on YSS skill, and also when her additional damage factor comes into play, he's the reason, guys, why these garrisons are so strong. And then you can even go up and compare Jadwiga. I mean, she gives you some damage perks. She gives you some health. She gives you damage to garrison troops. Gives you reduced skill damage. Hello. She gives you a little bit of rage regeneration. She gives you, damage taken reduced. Work ball. But when you compare these skills, and again, this music, man. Couldn't find any songs to play. Try adjusting your filters in the bottom left or choosing another station, artist, or album. No, thank you. I want to listen to funky stuff, man. Don't deprive me of funk. So you could just compare these commanders to YSS. It's so plain to see. I mean, YSS has so much more going for him. So much more. And I think I'm gonna wait till I max him, and I've seen some people doing it too. You can use him in the field. That nuke is huge. He's getting tankiness. He's giving you a little bit more attack. He's giving you damage bonuses. He's giving you everything you want in almost any scenario. There's some things that are conditional, which I think counter attack damage is conditional. So that's good. The fourth skill is conditional because you need to be in a garrison situation, and the second skill is conditional along with the first. But the second skill is conditional because you need to be fighting in your alliance's territory, open field. So you can't get that the second skill if you're off alliance territory. The other condition, you have to be in a garrison. So I'm excited to go max this guy at some point. What we have to do first is do XY, and then we have to do Chandra. Then I'm going to do YSS just to have some kind of defense on my city if I'm left in a vulnerable situation. So yeah, I mean that's my thought process and my opinion on why these garrisons are so good. It's YSS, straight up. It's not. It is Zenobia. It is Jadwiga. They're both very good, but I think we're seeing what we see in that, inability to break, and then also taking these bigger trades too, is because of YSS. So let me know what you think. Using this forum to express myself freely. I guess they're trying another rally. Let's check out a rally real quick. Everyone's been watching some KVK action. I don't think he took many deads. Older account with that many deads? Come on, man. Come on, man. Flaunt a little bit. Show you what I'm working with. A little bit newer than your account, my friend. A little bit newer. And those kill points, though. This was the guy with the Zeno Charles. Let's see if they do another rally. Now I'll probably have to edit my video. Now, you know what? I don't feel like editing my video. Like I said, you guys are getting this straight, uncut, raw. I do not feel like editing at this point of my YouTubing career. So with that, YSS, highlight him one more time. YSS is a garrison that
99.99% of players should have, for many reasons. Most importantly, he's going to keep your city safe. If you have a Charles, you can use Charles primary to YSS. You can use YSS primary on his own. Charles is nice because you get that damage bonus to applied to YSS's nuke. If you're an infantry player, you can do Constantine YSS. You can do YSS Constantine. I think you can flip-flop this a lot of ways depending on the scenarios that you're put in. If you're getting, you know, skill damage rallied from a Cav player, you can use Constantine primary because there's a lot of skill damage reduction on the support tree. And you can flip-flop it. There's a lot of variations you can go. Cavalry players like myself, I'm probably going to use him as a primary. I have some other cool testings that I'm going to try out with certain other Cav commanders that I'll just kind of float around up here. Not Saladin. Not named Saladin. So I will leave it at that. Cav players need him too. Archer players need him too. And like I stated in yesterday's video, I'm really surprised we don't see more Artemisia YSSs. Maybe it'll become a thing. Maybe, like I said yesterday, we'll see a really nice Garrison from an Archer commander, and that'll just counter everything for a little while because it seems to be the trend that Lilith goes on. We'll see. We'll find out. For most players, 99.99999% of players should get a YSS at some point. So that's it. Uncut, raw, 22 minutes. I'll work on the time. I hope the ums weren't too much. I'm gonna rewatch this video now and donate for every that I said. And Hunky can hold me to that because I don't donate anything ever. All right, peace out, y'all. Have a good one.